Hey guys, welcome back to the Freeway Gear Review. I want to talk about a training tool that is equally valuable to both people brand new to firearms and perhaps purchasing their first one, getting used to it, as it is to the experienced target shooter. There's many different uses, and I'm going to go over some of them today. The product we're talking about is the Snap Cap by A-Zoom. Now, what this is a simulation round that essentially is a non-firing dummy. It's all one piece, as you can see. It's not a casing and a projectile. It's solid red, which helps separate it from live ammunition. And what I want to talk about today is how to use this to both get greater familiarity of your firearm and the controls, as well as how to improve your shooting with it. So let's get started. If you're new to firearms, new to carrying a weapon, some of the basics you don't practice at the range because perhaps you load up, you go through a number of rounds, and the firearm is of course empty. So you're always taking an empty magazine out of it. The game's a little different when you're consistently carrying unfired live rounds. You need to have some practice both loading and unloading safely. The snap caps allow you to do that. You're able to load in one of the snap caps into a magazine and practice safely charging that round. At the same time, to simulate perhaps unloading or after a day of carrying and you're either going to switch out or unload and clear the weapon safely for whatever reason, you remove the magazine, you have your finger well away from the trigger, and you're able to practice clearing that round. Rinse and repeat. Do that again and again and again and again. When it's a brand new weapon, you get to know it, you get to know the muscle memory, and you get to do all this safely in a controlled environment with the snap caps. Something I like to do, and something that can correct some flinching, some pushing down on the gun, is mixing one of these guys into a magazine with live rounds. Now, of course, this is done in a range environment, and how you would do this was you mix in the snap cap somewhere within the magazine. Maybe you load it in, you don't pay attention, maybe a buddy loads it up for you, and what's going to happen is you're going to be taking shots, and it's going to be bang, 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 and then you're going to come up on a failure. Okay? Now, when that happens, you're both going to see, are you pushing the gun? Did you have a nice, crisp trigger pull? The other thing it allows you to do is by coming up on a round that doesn't go off, it allows you to simulate experiencing a failure. Okay? So bang, 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 we have a dud, clear, boom. Next round goes off. Okay, and that's an invaluable tool at the live fire range. You know, something else these can help with is the mag changes. That's something that you really can't quite adequately do with empty magazines. The reason being is that once that magazine is loaded, dropping the slide is different with an empty magazine than it is with a round loaded. So what you're able to do is safely, without the use of a live round, you're able to simulate running out and quickly and efficiently loading that new magazine and charging the weapon. And you're able to do that with a non-live round, which allows you to practice safely and build up that muscle memory. And again, each stage safely clearing the pistol, all with a round that is not live, that is just designed to simulate the size and shape and feed up into the barrel like it were a live round. The other thing is that some revolvers and some other firearms specify in the owner's manual to be dry fired with the snap cap in place. Most modern firearms do not require you to do this, but some actually do specify it in the manual, and I think part of that reason could be you have this simulated primer surface here, and it's probably a little lighter on the firing pin to go ahead and contact that each time rather than firing on an empty chamber. Most modern firearms, this is not a problem whatsoever. I wouldn't worry about it unless it's specified. And even then, they're probably just going the extra mile. So, again, I think it's pretty plain to see how these snap caps can be applied both on the basic level of getting to know your gun, getting to know how to safely load it and unload it, and also on the live fire range to simulate failures, to see if you're flinching, pushing down the barrel of the gun. I think for the $15 to $25 that they ask for these things, they're infinitely valuable. Go ahead and add them to your range bag and, see what kind of things you notice. Practice at the desktop, practice the loaded mag changes, and develop that muscle memory. And you're able to do it safely and effectively with the snap